What's going on, guys? Hey, today I'm gonna do some patina on a white. We'll do black and white and a little bit of some rust colors on that. So we might do a little sand through, but we're gonna see what that looks like. So for you guys who've been asking for white and black or just white patina, let's get to it, right? It's a nice Sunday, so let's go paint something in the shop, all right? All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we've got this door back here that's already got sealer black on it, is we're gonna tear some edges around it. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I just did a monster mini fridge that's black and white with rust colors on it. So we might do something similar to that. But we could do some speckles on it and stuff, maybe even a little sand through, possibly a logo. You know me, I'm always winging it because I'm always in a hurry. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get some white in the gun and let's paint, okay? All right. All right, I'm gonna mix. Let's do some of the Wicked Opaque White, part number 0030. I know this is water-based stuff, and a lot of times I have my mask off so I can talk to you guys because it bumps the mic and it gets real agitating. So, but please, I said it in other videos too, always wear your protection, even though it's water-based. And if you're indoors and you're painting with this stuff after a while,
You're feeling weird.
it's not like fumes like on a solvent where within instantly you're like, ugh. This can get to your brain. Maybe that's why we're all crazy. One of the things about white is that anytime, you know, think about those old cars, trucks, whatever, boats.
What?
Fiberglass. I guess you could have a patinaed boat. That'd be fun, right? All right, so we'll do that again. But just get it wet. See the white coming off there already? See all that white coming off? I mean, this is, so be careful. Don't forget, if you don't want that to happen, don't wet sand acrylic. All right, so I see a couple dents in the door. So that's a perfect spot to highlight that. There's like an eyebrow right there. Just a little bit of fade right there. And this is a really popular way of doing it. A lot of people just, you know, you can do your car and then soft sand it, is what I call it, where you're doing like a 1000 grit and you really blend it in. It looks really nice. Get it all over me. And then if you want to put a nice clear coat over the top of that, and it looks good, looks really good. I'm gonna do a little bit harsher ones here. So I took the interface pad off. Get a little bit on the edges. Okay, I didn't do 600, I went with 800. I feel like 600 is just a little, still a little aggressive for what we're doing right now. We want some soft blends. Could even go with the 1200. You can just keep going. Remember, that's where our dent was. I think we got another one right here. But that's an innie. See if we can get it to break around it there. See, what's cool about doing the soft sanding trick, especially if your vehicle is already, the paint's already starting to fade out on it, it's probably gonna be fairly thin. So you'll pick up that other color that's under there. And then what's cool is you might be able to find little spots in the past where they have painted the car multiple times and you can get little edges like that, which is perfect. If that's what, you know, you're going to look for something that you want to make it look old or whatever. So it's kind of cool sometimes when the vehicle has multiple layers. Let's put some chips in this. Why not? You know why? Because we can. Now the next time I go to paint this, it's going to suck. Because I'll have to fix all those. I'm gonna go like we were talking about earlier, and I'm gonna take some of our masking paper and I'm gonna blow out some areas right here. I like to tear, just literally tear it. because sometimes it just looks more natural. You just tear it versus cut it with scissors or razor blade. All right, let's go over here, do some of this. Maybe we'll leave a little bit of white on that hinge. It's like a little bit of chipped paint. Even do some down here on the bottom, a little bit. Just take some regular tape. Gonna tear it. Kind of funky tears. Go along the bottom here. Okay, I'm gonna play with a little bit of the detail raw umber. We're gonna put it in our little baby mini jet, or what is this? LPH 80. Soft. Now this is kind of, because it's a detail color, it's gonna be a little thin, it's not an opaque. So you see how thin that is, you can still see our black underneath it, which is cool. Now, because we did a mask line like that, we're gonna have a hard line there. So, and I'm only gonna use a little bit of this color. I was just playing with to see what we could get out of it. Because like I said, if you're looking for a dingy, to make something look dingy or dirty, this is a great color. You can see it kind of looks like oil. You see what I mean with the detail colors? Detail colors are translucent. You can still see the black under there. So we're letting that dry for a second. So that's, like I said, another benefit to the detail colors. Detail colors are thin. So when you want those cool effects over silvers, over anything reflective, you'll get it because it's see-through. See what I mean? It's like we're doing candy colors that we would normally do on, say, a lowrider, but we're doing it in patina. Now, all your detail work with an LPH 80 or something similar right here. So see, now we've got a wicked black, which is gonna be very vibrant black, and then we have a transparent black, which is gonna be see-through. So transparent blacks are great, especially like if you're painting skulls or something like that, and you're already in your white tones and you wanna shadow it without a harsh black line or without thinning out the black so much, you can use the transparent black as well. See how it almost has like a green gold look to it? Looks black from far away, but it's not. I can see right through it. This is black. This is gonna get turned down. There you go. See those speckles? You can do this multiple ways. I'm just having fun and I'm speeding it up. So if you think about rust, a lot of times rust, because it's, textured, it's got little speckles. This is what we would call it, sticking up, I'm just gonna darken some of this up real quick. So see, I know we always get these bad reflections, but you can still see through it. You still see the speckles. So now what we can do, you could darken this edge right here on the white side. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to fade it out a little bit. But like I said, this thing's shooting like micro speckles out of it. You guys see it, it's tiny. So it's, like I said, it's a great effect to do once we start getting into the oranges and reds as well. And then if you want to, you can speckle it and hit it with a squirt bottle. And then you get little tiny speckles. The reason I'm doing these speckles is because a lot of old white doors have big, get out of there, who invited you? Not us. A lot of the white doors do have lots of speckles all over because since it is white, it stands out the most over a lot of other colors. You know what I mean? And some of the stuff we haven't done yet. We haven't done oranges yet. We haven't got to some more of the military OD green colors and some of the other ones that are coming. So there's a lot. But right where the soft sand was, you could speckle that area too and blend that in. Okay, so there I'm just running right along that edge. You see that? And you can just keep going too. You can darken it up if you want to, or you don't have to do it at all. Happy little speckles. Happy little speckle freckles. Get a little on the inside, because everything always wears out on the inside of the window frames. You guys know that. All right, cool. Change out our color. Let's add some more flavor. See how I'm going from dark to medium, and then we're gonna go to a light color after this. And it's okay to let it overlay onto those other two colors. With a clear coat, you'll see it. You can even add some dirty patches in the middle if you want, here and there. A little on those door edges. Makes it stand out a little bit more. And you know what you could do right now too if you wanted to? You could take your 800 grit, your 600 grit, whatever you wanted. You can sand that if you want to. And go down with it, because that's where the water's gonna go. Gravity, don't, like we did there to get it started, but just go ahead and just kind of come down with it. And you can do this at the end too. I'm just doing it midway so you can see. So I'm just gonna pull some of it down. I'm even gonna go over what we just painted. Because sometimes what's cool about doing that is you'll pick up that edge right there. Okay, and then back to like we were talking about the FX stencils, you know, you can buy them online, Coast Airbrush, there's a few places that carry them. What you could do with these is if you want to keep going, say you don't want these harsh lines like this, because you see that line right there? Now, if you don't want that line there and you wanted that to fade into it, what you could do is grab your airbrush and come along and edge into this, either direction. Don't paint out here, because then it looks weird, it looks backwards. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna literally utilize these little cutouts and these little tiny pinholes along this edge, and it's gonna darken up that edge and make that look more rough. So it kind of breaks it up from being so straight, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Should probably thin that a little. And if you don't like that, blend it back in or use these little tiny ones. What it's doing is it's highlighting. We could do that with a lighter color as well. Sorry, air pressure's up high. If you wanted to fade that in. Now let me show you what I was saying if you did it backwards. So if you took this stencil and like poked it out here, right over that white. Well, let's go right here, it's better in the camera. Right on that shit. So let's poke this out right here. Like, let's see, what's this gonna look like? It's not gonna work. Uh-oh, what is that, a snowflake? See what I mean? So make sure you're going the right direction and you're shadowing on this side. You're shadowing on this side, not that side, this side. Just like this. We're going along this edge. And you don't even have to use this. This is just, you can blend that in a little bit. So now, we'll try to just make that go away real quick. We'll come back and add some browns. And maybe we'll take some of the little ones. Let's see, like right here. We'll try to fix that. Okay, we're back in our same spot again, just so I can show you guys a little bit of what I was talking about. If you wanted to shadow in some lighter colors and then come back at the end with the burnt sienna, and it's gonna go over the top of that color and make it look a little bit more orange. This is a step you don't have to do. So we're gonna just lightly haze it. You can turn these multiple directions. You can also drag it as you're going. If you wanted a blurred look or clouds, that's how we used to do clouds. You can take it and walk with it and it'll give it, see it pulling it. So anyways, that's just another little step you can do to give it some type of textured look. Let's get the door a little bit more wet. I think we just had a camera malfunction and it didn't record. So I'm gonna kind of do that again, okay? Let's do that again. Take two. Okay, so the door's wet. I'm standing way back here, I'm about 4 feet away. Squirt bottle. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the bottom pretty orange because I feel like it. So see that burnt sienna, detail burnt sienna over white can get some orange effects real quick. So be careful with it. If you don't want it that bright, just come back and get rid of some of it. Because eventually you start getting too much on here, you're gonna lose all your white. I know some of you guys have asked too on doing hoods. When I do the cars, I usually take the hood, especially if the car's got a rake to it, I usually take the hood and I level the hood out, okay? I get the whole hood wet, I start right in the middle with the paint. I literally almost draw lines, squirt bottle right in the middle, and then start letting it roll down off the sides and kind of onto the fenders. So you kind of got to do a lot. You got to do both sides at the same time. So if you're dealing with you're in a hot area, make sure you're on it because it'll dry and it might leave lines that you didn't like, and then you got to go back and sand them back out. So, okay. I was thinking I had water in my hand, but anyways, well, it's kind of a cool look. All right, let's get some of this over here. Get you over there. You go over there. Let's get a little up in this corner. We haven't really messed with that one yet. For fun. A little bit on the top of the door. You don't have to do any of this. But while we're here, why not, right? I'm gonna do a far one. And then once we get this to where we want, in just a second, I'm gonna grab the airbrush and then we'll do a little bit of light shadowing. Look how good these are. They're so good they implode. It's crazy, huh? It's crazy. Can you see that right there? So if there's an area that you don't want, like maybe you want a line in it, just keep hitting it with water before it dries. Get it out of your way. I'm rinsing a lot of this back off because we were supposed to be doing white and black. Okay, so another color that I don't think we really got to play with this yet. This is Wicked Red Oxide 0012, okay? Just like think about like a red oxide primer. So I'm gonna I've got it thinned normally. I'm gonna just hit a couple of these spots. It looks like it's got a little bit more red in it. So we'll see what this looks like on up against this orange. I'm just kind of staining right where that black was. All right, so that's actually looking pretty cool. What do you guys think? That's pretty cool. All right, here's another thing. If you don't want to do any of what we just did, take a little bit of our red oxide on a palette. Bing, bing, bing. This looks like some Martha Stewart stuff. Probably is. So I forget where I get a lot of this stuff. Back to that whole talk of the kind of dry brushing. So once again, soft sanding that works great too. You could try to brush a section if you want to, drag it down a little bit. Very soft. So I haven't put any more paint on it. I'm still doing it. We're just putting makeup on a turd. See how we're just getting a little bit of that? It works really good when you already have these light colors right here. But yeah, that way you can pull it down and make it soft if you'd like, instead of using an airbrush. A lot of people don't want to deal with the airbrush, and I get it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, you could go around and do that too, bring it all down. You could come back and sand this. I've done it so many different ways. It just depends on what project we're doing or whatever, you know what I mean? But it does work. It gets a nice soft look, which is good too. Say if we had a logo in here that we stenciled, which, you know, if you guys don't have a plotter at home, you can go to a local sign shop usually. You can have AI draw you something real quick, a logo, take it to a sign shop, get you a negative cut out of vinyl ask for a low tack vinyl, tell them what you're doing, you're making door logos. Just say, I just need a negative, or if you want both, the positive and the negative, ask for both. They're usually not that expensive. You can usually get both sides for under $100. Just depends on the sign cutting place or the vinyl place. But nowadays, like I said, plotters are getting so cheap. You know, for a couple $100, you can go get your own and then start doing a little side business or something, doing logos, or start learning how to hand paint logos like the sign guys, you know, the OG guys. But see what I mean? The brush does great effects. That looks so much cooler than, you can't achieve that with the airbrush. I mean, you probably could, but you better get your Micron out and sit there and draw each one of these lines when this is doing a perfect micro line in there. So if you're looking for some, and you can do it with different colors too if you wanted to get some scratches or something. A lot of this is the same type of effects that we would do on Halloween stuff. Or horror themed. All right, let's play some more. All right, guys, sorry I don't have the mic on. I just hurried and cut a quick little logo that we can slap on there. This is a pick tool that you can get, and what it'll do is you can grab a hold of the letter that you're getting ready to pull off, right? So if you wanted to, you could save these and put these back on your door, right? This is just a regular sticker vinyl. the supplier I've been trying to get the masking from is just like, man, they're out. I don't know. What is everybody doing door logos in the whole world now? Anyways, let me zing through this. We'll get, excuse me, gosh. We'll get this on the door and then let's play with it. Let's see what this thing looks like in the end. Okay, guys? All right, be right back. All right, let's get some color in there. And it doesn't need to be perfect because our door is not perfect by far. So and you can see the speckles through it. Little fade. Little fade. This is pretty thin, so. All right, let's let that dry for just a second. Doesn't take long. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Well, what you could do is if you wanted to scuff that up, you could. Still got my 800 on here. I'm kind of pushing my finger right there where I want. And you could do this with a dry brush too. You know what I mean? Like you could go over backwards and fade that out. And it's endless what you guys can do. You know, you can go back with a brush, you can outline this with a Posca pen, you can squirt bottle over it. Maybe we'll do that real quick at the end here. I'm just getting some runs in it for fun runs. Kind of like that little bit of a fuzz fade around it. It kind of makes the letters stand out a little bit. Even though in real life it probably wouldn't weather like this. Still cool though. And it's quick and easy. You saw how fast that was. You could do this with regular stencils. And I'm about 6 inches away from it. So see, I'm just getting a soft fade. Kind of endless what you can do. It's absolutely endless what you can do. Let it run right down the middle. Whoa. So you can see our little sand scratches came through there. We've got our water runs. We've got our soft brush blend right there, which you could do that here too. You could do the soft brush. You know, taking, and always do the sound effects. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out our black and white patina video with our Hazard County logo. Hey, don't forget to check out Coast Airbrush for some of your stencils, some of your paints. There's spraygunner.com. Createx Colors, thank you for all the amazing colors that you use, or we use on the videos that you make. Thank you guys. And then keep an eye out when I start painting the Zephyr. We're gonna go through the Pour 15 Matte Clear. You guys been wanting to see it. We're gonna paint the whole car with it, so you can check that out. It's got an amazing sheen. So don't forget to check out pour15.com for all of the rust preventative stuff that they've got. They've got some amazing products too. All right, that's a mouthful. Anyways, have a great weekend. Happy painting. We'll see you guys on the next one.